Hello children and welcome to grammar classes, and in this session we will be doing the second part of chapter 24, that is active and passive voice. Now uses of these active and passive voice. We use the active voice when the doer of the action is to be made prominent. Okay, जिसने वो sentence में action किया है, when we have to stress on that person, we will be using this. The passive voice is used when the person or thing receiving the action is more important. Okay, in active, the doer is more important, and in passive, we use when the receiving end person is more important. Use of by. When it is necessary to mention the doer of the action in a passive sentence, we use the preposition by. By is a preposition, you all know. By followed by the doer. The doer is called the agent in the passive voice. For example, he wrote a letter. Now you know that a letter is object, so that becomes subject. A letter was written by him. Now this is a very important table which you need to learn, that in subject, if it is I pronoun, so when it goes to passive it will become by me, we will become by us, you by you, he will become by him, she will become by her. Okay, ये सब subject है और ये सब object की तरफ. It will be it, they will become them. That means you and it में कोई change नहीं है, बाकी सब में I will become me, we, us, he, him, she, her, they, them. Omission of the doer. You remember in the first video of this chapter, I told you that many times you can ignore, you can avoid, you can omit this doer. That is, by word you can omit. When the doer or agent of an action is unimportant, we can omit it while forming the passive. For example, we were warned about the dirty drinking water in the city. Abhi by the people की ज़रूरत नहीं है, because warned is done by people only. So that you can ignore here. We can leave out the doer in the passive if the agent is obvious. English is spoken by all over the world. So English is spoken all over the world by the people we can ignore, because it's understood that English is spoken by the people only. Now we will be doing exercise 2. Now check whether the following sentences are correct or wrong. Correct the wrong sentence. Remove the doer if needed. Change into the active if the passive is not appropriate. The convict was locked up in the cell by the guard. The convict was locked up in the cell. By the guard की ज़रूरत नहीं है. It's understood कि वो जो guard होता है वही criminals को बंद करता है. A song was sung by Jaya. Jaya sang a song. The ground was crowded with people. The ground was crowded. All the goods were sold by the salesman. All the goods were sold. German is learnt by me. I learn German. Now passive form of transitive verbs with two objects. Okay, many times you have two objects. You have learned that direct and indirect objects दोनों आते हैं साथ में. So in that case what to do? When a verb in the active voice has both a direct and an indirect object, each of the objects may become the subject of the passive verb. For example, Lena teaches me German. Now that is active. Now you know here we have got two objects. So German is taught to me by Lena, that is passive, and in place of me also you can convert it into passive, that is I am taught German by Lena, passive. So change the following sentences into the passive using each of the two objects as a subject. So here I have used both the objects, one is direct and indirect object. Both the object को subject में use करके हम passive में कैसे लिखेंगे, that we are going to do in this exercise. So that means one sentence will have how many answers? 2 answers. The courier will deliver the parcel to the client. अभी कौन से हैं दो? The parcel and to the client. So the parcel will be delivered to the client is one. The client will be delivered the parcel. Everything is the same. Only thing is you have to take different objects as your subject. First I have taken the parcel, in the next I have taken the client. Rest all remains the same. My friends gave me a wonderful gift. A wonderful gift was given to me by my friends. I was given a wonderful gift by my friends. Priya teaches dance to children and adults. Children and adults are, because two people plural, are taught dance by Priya. Dance is taught by two children and adults by Priya. So that means जब हम लोग ये use कर रहे हैं तो इसको लेना, okay? Adults dance, children and adults are taught dance by Priya. Dance को लिया. फिर जब dance use कर रहे हैं, dance is taught to children and adults by Priya. Is it clear? The parents wrote a letter to the principal. The principal was written a letter by the parents. A letter was written to the principal by the parents. Kunal passed the ball to Gaurav. Gaurav was passed the ball by Kunal. The ball was passed to Gaurav by Kunal. Now passive of infinitive. Now infinitive means what? To plus verb. So when a statement in the active voice has infinitive, that is to plus verb, then in the passive it will be to be plus participle. Okay, to plus verb है तो एक be word को बीच में add कर देना जब we are converting it into passive form. I am to learn French. So French is to be learnt by me. It is time to cook the food. It is time for the food to be cooked. Meena wants Neeti to help her. Meena wants to be helped by Neeti. Now passive of imperative sentences. Imperative sentences कौन से होते हैं? Command, request and suggestion. To form the passive forms of imperative sentences, we have to use let plus subject plus be or not plus past participle. For example, call the doctor. So let the doctor be called. Do not hurt anybody. Let nobody be hurt. Work hard. You are advised. Okay, now these words you can add because you know this is an advice. So work hard. You are advised to work hard. Get out of the room. You are ordered to get out of the room. Wipe your feet. You are requested to wipe your feet. Please help him. You are requested to help him. So based on this, we will be doing this last exercise. Change these sentences from the passive into the active. Passive में है, अभी active में. अभी हम क्या कर रहे थे? Active to passive कर रहे थे. अभी हमें passive से active में convert करना है. The books must be immediately returned to the library by the students. The students must immediately return the books to the library. This is active. Let the door be shut. Shut the door. You are requested to wait for me. Please wait for me. This is to be done by me. I am to do this. I am loved dearly by my grandma. My grandma loves me dearly. A new collection is being designed by my sister. My sister is designing a new collection. 2,000 workers are employed by the company. The company employs 2,000 workers. The injured dog had been nursed to health by the vet a week before he went on vacation. The vet had nursed the injured dog to health a week before he went on vacation. The prize will have been received by my son before I reach the school. My son will have received the prize before I reach the school. The party was postponed by me. I postponed the party. So that's all for today. So you will be writing exercise 2, 3 and 4 in notebook. So thank you. That's all for today. Take care.